chance to look over the informed consent form?
Yes.
And you understand that what we talk about here stays confidential, and, you know, I am a mandated reporter, so I would have to report if you're thinking about harming yourself or someone else. But other than that, what we talk about stays in this vault.
Gotcha.
So what brings you to me today?
So I've been having some issues at work
Okay.
with some of my colleagues. I started at this job back in like mid-June, and most of the people I work with have been there for, I would say, probably 5+ years.
Okay.
But I'm the most recent person that they've hired, and there were some other part-time people who were hired around the same time as myself, but none of them stuck.
Okay.
They all either left or were, I don't want to say fired, but kind of like were in that probationary period where they could be asked to leave without a reason and all of that stuff. But
So you're the last one out
yes.
of that group.
Mhm.
Okay.
There was 3 of us in total that all started around the same time. And I'm the last one that is stuck. And I was the only one also offered a full-time position when it opened up.
Excuse me.
And so I really enjoy the job that I do. I work at Transitions in the day program
Okay.
with individuals who have any developmental or intellectual disabilities.
Wonderful.
And all of the consumers, they use the word consumer since they're buying the goods of the day program.
Yes.
So I kind of use the word consumer and client interchangeably. But all of the consumers I work with are great. I've had the opportunity to kind of float between the group rooms because they kind of have them organized by group rooms
Okay.
in the building. And so I like that because I've gotten to know a lot of them. But right now they have me in a group room that is 2 groups in one big room that they started after COVID. So there's upwards of like 35 to 40 clients in there.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. And normally in a group room there's 2 staff members. So
Okay.
this one has 4 staff members including myself.
So 5 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The problem is the other staff members in there are very, it's not a problem that they're very strong-willed or very abrasive or anything like that. It's just that now I feel like it's turned towards me, some of the attitudes.
Oh, okay. Can you give me an example?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, in one of the other rooms, I've made friends with the staff member. We talk outside of work. She's become a very close, like, confidant. I can go to her and rant about stuff that happens, especially since HIPAA, privacy and all that. I can't talk about it outside of
Yes.
work. I can't go into any details, so anytime I go home and talk about it with, like, my mom or something, I'm just like, oh, yeah, a client said
Right.
this, like, no descriptive details. So she approached me one day and said, hey, by the way, I had to defend you today from, and named one of the people in our group room, one of the staff members.
Oh.
She said, oh, they're saying that you take too long to come back from the bus route that you drive in the afternoon. And I kind of looked at her, I said, but I get back on time with what the schedule says in the bus that I have.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, she said, I know, that's what I told our boss. I just heard that apparently they complained.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. And then another instance, we took some consumers to Freddy's. One accidentally dumped the little basket, like red basket, into the trash can, so I grabbed it out of the trash can real quick,
Yeah.
set it on top, looked at the other staff member I was with and like, hey, I'm gonna go wash wash my hands real quick. I just had to grab it from the
From the
trash.
trash,
I was
right.
like, I'll be right back.
Right.
And then I knew we were gonna be loading up the vehicles that we took and taking them back. Well, I came back out and they were already outside. She had said to this friend of mine, her name is Samantha, that when they were leaving, Samantha was like, oh, are you guys leaving? And the staff member said, oh no, we have to wait for Riley. He's washing his hands or something like that, but I'm not sure why.
Oh.
Even though I told her, hey, I'm gonna go wash my
Right,
hands.
right.
And so they had just, we're all standing outside and like left the food that I was gonna take back to the building on a table, and it almost got thrown away.
Oh,
I was like, oh, thanks guys.
Oh, wow.
But it's, I don't wanna say petty, but it's small things like that
Yeah.
that they complain about consistently.
No.
Like, it's just getting to a point where it's like, I don't know quite what to do.
So, do all of you report to the same person?
Yes.
Okay, and how is your relationship with this person that you all report to?
It's pretty good. For me, it feels like any other boss or like authority figure where I kind of get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
It's like whenever on the intercom, it's like, oh, can you go to Kelly's office? And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna be in trouble. When really it's just her being like, oh, here's this, or
Right.
anything
A
like that.
non-issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel. But my problem with it, with not necessarily our boss, but kind of with how she handles situations, is if a problem is brought up to her, then she is like, oh, Riley told me that
Oh,
you.
okay.
So there's been instances of that where I've seen that happen with other people, where so there's not really any sort of privacy
Right,
or like anonymity
right.
when
And
it
you-
comes to it.
And correct me if I'm wrong,
Mhm.
but by going to her, you certainly don't want to compound the situation.
Yeah, I don't
Or
wanna.
make it worse, or feel targeted,
Yes.
or, anything like that.
Yeah, I already think that if I say something to anyone else or report any sort of thing that I think is an issue, or that something that someone is doing that may be against how I was trained,
Mhm.
that instantly if someone is brought in to be talked to, it probably looks like it was me because I'm the newest person. And so I'm really trying to do everything by the book right now. Because I
Which
don't
is-
want it coming back on me.
Which is a great strategy.
Yeah.
And, is it possible that, this is just, for lack of a better term, almost an initiation period, and the more that you do things by the book and they see your commitment to your work, things will dissipate a little? Or do you just feel that these people are kind of not nice, hateful people?
It kind of just, I don't want to, I really hope that that's not the case, but that's kind of how I've been leaning lately.
Okay.
Especially today, because we had an all-staff meeting, and our boss was like, hey, what we're gonna do is, all 4 of the desks that they have for staff members in that room are all together in kind of an angle.
Mm-hmm.
And she came in and said, hey, we're going to split the desk up, and we want you guys more out into the room. We're really trying to define, this is room 5 and this is room 6. And they're trying to initiate more activities in the rooms and stuff like that, because they've some of the staff members have really gotten sedentary in what they do.
Okay.
And really reliant on the smart board and just showing videos
Oh,
and
boy.
stuff like that. So as far as that, they got really defensive, even just with our boss, and being like, well, why are we gonna do that? Like, well, tell us where to put the desk then. And when told like, oh, we want you guys eating at the tables with the clients and stuff like that, someone was like, well, I'm not gonna eat with them. They just like sneeze and burp and all this stuff, and that's gross. I won't eat with them.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I'll eat lunch, I'll sit with them while they're eating lunch, but I won't eat my lunch with them, like, no matter what was said.
They had something to, in response.
And as soon as our boss walked away, then it was just all sorts of things. And we were in the middle of an activity or a craft, and as soon as our boss walked away, they still just hung out behind the desk and still just continued to talk and didn't really resume the craft or anything.
Oh, that is tough.
Yeah, and I've been trying to really make sure that anything that is said to me, I really implement. Like,
Yes.
making sure that if I do an activity with the smart board, it's me up there doing it, like leading it, and not just a video or something, or bringing in new activities, or eating lunch with them out at the tables and stuff like that, or introducing new things. And anytime I introduce a new thing, they seem to kind of push back on it. And so it feels very discouraging, because I'm like, well, it doesn't seem like you want me here, but I'm getting positive feedback from,
The consumers.
yeah.
I bet they love you.
They've been great. I love them. They're fantastic.
I bet they love you. And so what I'm hearing from you is that I feel that you are taking your role there seriously.
For sure.
And you are leading activities and doing these things. I'm also hearing these people who have been there longer than you have become a little complacent, like to sit, and they're not as involved.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be just this bit of, I don't know if jealousy is the right word, but kind of, here's this new person and the consumers seem to like him much better. And he's making us look bad
Yeah.
because he's actually doing something, and we're content to kind of sit here at the steps.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm hearing that you're not doing anything wrong. In fact, you're doing everything right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it, you don't feel better.
Yeah.
When they are saying what they're saying or
Yeah.
making comments, and so it's this kind of very, you're in a tough position.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
Right. Do you ever feel like you could talk to them as far as like, you know, I do it this way because, or no?
I've brought up with a few of the activities, like we played Jeopardy the other day, and when some of them came back from going out to the community and the staff members saw I was doing it, and asked what website it was on and stuff like that, I mentioned which specific Jeopardies we did, and I said, oh yeah, I also, this last one I did a coping skills Jeopardy. I said I wanted to make sure after the two fun ones we did, that we also did one that was more educational and like more life skills one. And sometimes it's like, oh, that's cool, or other times it's just like, eh. And so sometimes I feel like they understand what I'm trying to say, or like, hey, this is why I'm doing this, or I think this would be a cool idea, but it's not always received in the most well way. And sometimes even I'll be like, oh, I'm doing this because this is what our boss told us to do. And it'll come back, they'll say like, well, we're the ones who are actually in the room as staff members. The boss or like the case managers don't know what they're talking about because they don't spend
they've earned,
Yeah.
they have kind of worked themselves to that role.
Mhm.
Can I ask, are these people who are, you know, whatever you're having the trouble with, are
Mhm.
they your age, are they older?
They're older.
Okay,
The youngest I would say is probably in her 30s.
okay,
And
So-
the oldest is probably in her 60s.
so significantly older.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
And that's part of the thing I think about at the end of the day is I'm like, are you trying to pick a fight with someone who, like, could be your child? Like,
Right.
or is half your age? Like, I don't know what the point is.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And here's the other thing, you know, you obviously are very committed to your role, which is so heartwarming to see. And we need more people like you in our community in a place like Transitions. I mean, that more than anything is
Yeah.
what we need, someone who cares
Oh, yeah.
for those consumers.
Mhm.
And, you know, it's unfortunate that there's this other side where it's just a job
Mhm.
to those people and they want it to be as easy as possible without building relationships and things
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that's a tough place for you. You know, it's not easy to have, to feel ill will
Mhm.
towards you from other
Yeah.
people. That's tough. But I don't know if it's something that you can remember that you are doing the best
Mhm.
for where you are with
Yeah.
these people.
Mhm.
You know, if a neutral observer
Mhm.
was in the room,
Mhm.
they would see that, you know, Riley is the one really who is engaging.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if that is helpful at all, but it is, you are the one who, they seem to be, ill-suited for their role there, you know?
Yeah.
And because you're so new, I feel like you don't wanna take it further.
Yeah. It's definitely hard to, in that room specifically, when I have to work with that staff,
Mhm.
want to try out new things when they're just like, oh, maybe, or like, nah, we're gonna do this. When it comes to activities or
How
community outings.
Right, how often are you in that room?
Right now I'm in there Monday through Thursday, and Friday I switched to a different room.
Okay,
So,
and you're in there the whole day, Monday through Thursday?
yes.
Okay, so that's a significant amount of time.
Yeah, unless for some reason they need coverage in another room, and typically I'm the one who gets floated to another room
Because
since,
you're the newest.
yeah,
Okay.
and I'm the one who's willing to go to another room.
Yeah, right,
So,
because you're not scared of the work.
yeah. Mhm.
It's so interesting, workplace dynamics.
Yeah.
And I do feel like sometimes with age, they become threatened by young people.
Yeah.
So I think that's one factor.
Mhm.
I do encourage you to continue to advocate for yourself. I don't know if that's hard for you.
It definitely can be.
Yes. Like, I'm not really talking about confrontation, but more, you know, I'm doing things this way because,
Mhm.
I think this is helpful for the consumer because,
Mhm.
but even that can be hard to say.
Yeah, in the moment is kind of like when they're confrontational, like,
Right.
oh, because some of them are all like all bark, no bite. Like,
Right.
when they're like, oh, well, why are you doing, like, kind of that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, well, and I get kind of like
Defense.
shrunk down. But like later on, then I'm like, man, I should have said this.
It's
kind
hard.
of thing.
It's hard. It's like exercising a muscle,
Yeah, for sure.
and it will come to you.